Grace Nga, KTN News, Nairobi.
Still on the NADCO report, that recent ruling by the High Court temporarily stopping the audit of the 2022 presidential election as proposed by the NADCO committee has opened a new battlefront between the government and the opposition, with the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya side claiming the government's hand in the court cases. Just like the Building Bridges initiative, which hit a snag in a bid to change the constitution, the NADCO report, which is recommending the creation of the offices of the Prime Minister and of the official leader of the opposition, is facing a similar hurdle. So, is NADCO headed the BBI way? KTN's political affairs reporter Emmanuel Tor with more on this.
The second schedule of the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020 is unconstitutional.
It was a verdict by the country's apex court that drove the last nail in the Building Bridges initiative coffin, ostensibly ending the clamor for constitutional change after other failed attempts at the Court of Appeal and the High Court.
Nobody can stop reggae. Nobody can stop reggae.
And exactly 2 years later, on the 30th of March 2024, the courts were at it again, puncturing the much-awaited implementation of the National Dialogue Committee report by blocking the debate on the audit of the 2022 presidential elections. In her ruling issued Friday, Lady Justice Dora Chepkwony of the Kiambu Law Courts said the matter had been rested by the Supreme Court, which dealt with the 2022 presidential election question.
Because it's very easy to know who is behind court action. Therefore, I'm asking both William Ruto and Raila Odinga to stand up and stamp the authority on what we agree.
Kalonzo Musyoka has indicated that he suspects that it's somebody from Kenya Kwanza who has gone to court. He has not given evidence. What if somebody says that in fact it's Kalonzo Musyoka who has sponsored somebody to go to court?
If you're going to tamper with the determination of the Supreme Court ruling on the outcome of the presidential election, I think you would be opening so many other floodgates for legal battles.
Just like the BBI, the NADCO report recommends the creation of the office of the Prime Minister and that of the leader of the official opposition and 2 deputies, proposals that could touch on the basic structure of the Constitution.
Areas that touch on changes to the structure of the government that may require referendum.
Like bringing again the Prime Minister?
That may be a change to the structure of the government and may require referendum. But again, I cannot comment on this until I look at the bills.
The official leader of opposition and the 2 deputies, there's no way you're going to run away from a referendum.
So probability of ending the BBI way is almost 0. However, judges in Kenya are very ingenious. Because they enjoy decisional independence, you never know how they're going to look at this matter.
Until now, the Joint Committee of the Justice and Legal Affairs from both houses of Parliament has only held 1 meeting out of the 3 scheduled since the time the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, gave the legislators 45 days to conclude consideration of the 9 bills placed before them. Some of the meetings were postponed for lack of quorum.
This can only mean that our friends on the other side never had the goodwill and the faith. So taking a whole nation captive.
Emmanuel Tor, KTN News, Nairobi.